Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Years of lawfare are now ending with merely a whimper. First against President Trump, and now against pro-life activist David Daleiden, the founder of the Center for Medical Progress, and for journalist Sandra Merritt. Their undercover video from over a decade ago exposed Planned Parenthood's buying and selling of aborted baby body parts. While Kamala Harris was serving as Attorney General of California, she weaponized the state government to go after Daleiden and Merritt. At one point, Daleiden was facing 15 felony counts. Eventually, the lack of merit to this egregious form of lawfare meant that over the course of 9 years, charges dropped one by one. But that didn't make this lawfare any less stressful or terrifying for those who lived it. So now the current Attorney General, Rob Bonta, has reduced the entire case down to just one count of unlawful recording of confidential communication. While Bonta is marketing this plea deal as a huge win for his side, it's Daleiden who is delighted. Bonta isn't doing the TV circuit to promote this plea deal because it shows how hollow their case has been for 9 years now. The plea deal of no contest means that Daleiden admits to no wrongdoing. There will be no punishment for it, like fines or probation. The felony will be entered as a misdemeanor in 6 to 12 months and then reduced entirely to a not guilty plea, and then will be dismissed altogether. Joining us now to discuss is none other than David Daleiden, project lead at the Center for Medical Progress. David, thanks for being here tonight.
Hey, great to be here with you. How are you doing?
Great. How about you? I'm sure you're feeling so relieved, and I just want to say a huge and heartfelt congratulations to you and your loved ones for finally coming out on the other side of this nightmare.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a huge victory for my undercover reporting and for the public's right to know the truth about how Planned Parenthood is commodifying and selling the body parts of late-term aborted babies using partial birth abortions to do so. I saw you put up the press release from Attorney General Rob Bonta, which is quite an exaggerated press release. The judge specifically ruled on Monday that we were not being convicted and he was not finding us guilty. And that's only something that would happen if there's a breach of the agreement that we came to with the Attorney General's office on Monday to completely dismiss the case, expunge it, and wipe it away completely. There's no jail time, there's no fines, there's no probation. There's no penalties of any kind. So after 8 years of really vicious lawfare, trying to silence my message, trying to cover up and delete and erase the undercover videos from history, the Attorney General's office, after 9 years of pursuing the snipe hunt, really, that was launched by Kamala Harris 9 years ago at the behest of Planned Parenthood, they're walking away with nothing. And they know that, and they really wish that everybody else wouldn't know that or wouldn't realize that. But they're walking away with nothing after 9 years. And you really have to, it really makes you ask the question, and I think people should be asking the question. They went to such lengths for 9 years pursuing me and Sandra, trying to shut us up, trying to cover up the undercover footage, only to walk away with nothing after 9 years. Why did they work so hard for nothing for 9 years? It's because Planned Parenthood demanded that the facts about their fetal harvesting programs not be allowed to be out publicly. It's because those facts are so damning and so discrediting for Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry's entire reputation. Because what we documented on the undercover footage and what we've continued to corroborate with follow-up FOIA requests and public records requests that we've been reporting on for the past year now is that the dark fact pattern behind all of this is that there are not a small number of cases where there are late-term, healthy, preemie-aged babies that are aborted at taxpayer-funded Planned Parenthood clinics, and then instead of being that are aborted whole and alive at taxpayer-funded Planned Parenthood abortion clinics, and instead of being provided proper medical care in order to allow them to thrive and survive, they are funneled into these harvesting programs for taxpayer-funded experimentation. I was really encouraged the past couple of days when Bobby Kennedy was asked about that exact issue in his Senate confirmation hearings yesterday and today. They're going to re-implement President Trump's policies. They're going to get taxpayer funding out of the abortion industry and out of sponsoring these gruesome, barbaric experiments on late-term preemie age babies. And I think we're finally going to start to see justice both for the victims of aborted fetal harvesting programs, as well as to stop forcing taxpayers to prop up the grotesque, barbaric late-term abortion industry across the country. So we're starting to see a lot of dawn breaking right now on a lot of these different areas. And this is what Planned Parenthood and Kamala Harris and their cronies in the San Francisco elite have tried to prevent from happening for almost a decade now. But, first Roe v. Wade was overturned and fell, and now the rest of it is going to start. The rest of the dominoes are going to start falling as well, I think. So I'm really happy about that.